Well, that's it. The managing director for serving her second term. We say congratulations to her, first of all. But she has a whole lot on her shoulder. Obviously, it's not just a Nigerian matter. It's the world matter, issue of fiscal consolidation she's asking for there. And I know that we should get a bit of update, more conversations at the spring meeting, which ends tomorrow. Been a busy week for some of our correspondents, two of our correspondents, Julian Olainka and Sarah, who are there covering the events. Let's head to the markets now, see how that's doing. We saw at intraday that the NGX recorded a bit of a green, comforting to the heart, but I mean, you don't have to put your mind because it's just so marginal compared to especially where we're coming from. 0.05% in the green is the number that we have, still below the 100,000. If we could have the numbers on the board for that. So it's green today, intraday, not today, because we don't know how the market will close at 0.05%, 99,899.06. So really sleepy right there. We still have some way to go before 100, before we can comfortably say we could be heading to 100. Because we don't know how that will be. For JSE South Africa, they're deeply in the red, 0.73% at 72,736.94. That's for South Africa. Egypt is so red at 4.50%. It'd be nice to speak to somebody there and find out. I mean, losing more than 4%, 4.5%. is a big deal in one day, in one trading session. We see Kenya is also down. This is Thursday's numbers at 0.80% at 108.43. Now let's come back to Nigeria and look at our fixed income market. We know that market is taking a lot of shine these days because of the attractive yields to investors. It's been doing us a lot of good, at least according to the central bank governor. This is maybe one of the sources that's being used for intervention in the FX market, So it's a good one for us, even though the government will have to pay for it in a later date. So let's talk to Kolawole Komolafe. He's a fixed income trader with Access Bank. Hi, Kolawole. Good afternoon, and thank you for your time this afternoon.
Hi, Ini. How you doing? Good afternoon.
Yeah, so the fixed income market has been getting a lot of attention. I don't know if it's to the detriment of the stock exchange, the NGX, but the good thing is it's all in Nigeria. But bring us up to date. How would you describe activities this week at the fixed income markets?
Okay, thank you, Ini. So this week, the major market event on the fixed income space was the bond auction that happened on Monday, where the DMO offered 450 billion naira across the 2029, 2031, and 2024 FGN bonds. Total subscription at that auction was at 920 billion. However, the DMO allotted only about 626 billion naira, with most of it tilted towards the 10-year paper, that's the 2034 paper, and the stock rates closed at 19.30 for the 2029, 19.75 for the 2031, and 20% for the 2034. So that was a major market event that happened in the bond space. That was on at the start of the week. On the NTB space, we've seen a lot of offers where people are looking to sell their holdings, to sell their positions, but we've seen just very few bids to hit those offers, and the FGM bond space has been relatively muted. I talked about the auction that happened on Monday. That's the major event that happened in the fixed income space. And you're right, the yields have been very, very attractive. The one-year paper at the NTB auction that happened on Friday, for the one-year paper, it closed at 20.7%. That's a discount, which gives you a yield of about 26%. So you're right in saying that this is very attractive. We've seen a lot of people, both the FPIs, that the foreign portfolio investors, and also local investors, heavily invested in the fixed income space because the yields are quite high. They've been high or at those levels for a while, and we expect that would that's what would have also going forward. It seems to be a strategy that both the CBN and the DMO is using to attract investors into that space.
Yeah, but it comes at a cost. Do you see the government continuing with this trend of increasing yields? I mean, we're talking of debt servicing here.
Yes, so you can't have your cake and eat it. Something has to give, right? Yes, you're right that this is increased cost of borrowing from the government, but we understand that these are short-term measures, right? While the medium-term to long-term measures then kick in just to see that the exchange rate is stabilized, because of the high yields on these fixed income instruments. You've seen a lot of carry trade where foreign portfolio investors bring their funds into the country because they want to get a piece of those high yields. So yes, on one side you have increased Naira cost, but on the other hand, you've seen relative stability, or a great deal of stability on your exchange rate. You saw there was a time that the exchange rate was high as say 1,500, 1,700 on the official space, but now yesterday and NAFEX closed at about 1,138. So this is because of these short-term measures, and the expectation is that over the medium term and the long term, the fiscal side would also support greatly the efforts of the CBN.
Yeah, I guess they will have to. Now that we see, it seems the Naira is, I don't know if to call it stabilizing or depreciating again. But thank you so much. We have to draw the curtain there. Kolawole Komolafe, fixed income trader with Access Bank. Thank you.
Thank you.